In the complexities of human life, there are certain truths, revelations that inexplicably lose their pristine power and value the moment they are spoken aloud. This phenomenon is not because the essence of the truth itself changes, but rather because not every individual, not every ear in this world is truly worthy of hearing these sacred things, grasping their depth and sharing their weight. For in this intricate and sometimes treacherous world, one faces a paradoxical reality. Many people can offer a seemingly sincere smile and express boundless admiration for one's achievements. Yet, behind this mask of goodwill, they conduct a constant methodical assessment of every vulnerability, every minor weakness, and every potential flaw. This hidden inventory is taken for a purpose that may only be revealed later. In a world where ulterior motives often outweigh sincerity, a person's most cherished dreams and ambitions are instantly transformed into potential targets for envy, intrigue, or cunning manipulation. Their deepest pain and unspoken suffering become not just personal experiences, but powerful leverage that can be ruthlessly used against them at the most inopportune moment. Most perfidiously, their own vulnerability, if carelessly entrusted to the wrong person, becomes a deadly weapon. This weapon will be mercilessly wielded against them as soon as they fall out of favor, cease to be useful, or simply become inconvenient. This sobering reality compels a reflection on the value of silence. Therefore, if one genuinely seeks to live a life filled with authentic inner strength, preserving their dignity and navigating this unpredictable path as invulnerable as possible, there is one essential lesson that must be learned. The sooner this lesson is mastered, the more secure their fate will be. Silence is not merely the absence of sound. It is a formidable, unseen force capable of protecting and preserving. There are certain aspects of one's personal existence, sacred secrets, that must be carried alone, kept deep within the hidden corners of the soul. This decision to remain silent stems not from cowardice or fear, and certainly not from a total distrust of humanity. No, its roots lie in profound self-discipline, conscious self-control, and an understanding of the strategic value of the unsaid. It is not a weakness, but the highest form of willpower. Consider this. Would a wise builder hand out the detailed blueprints of a fortress he is still constructing, whose walls are not yet fortified? Of course not. Similarly, one should not reveal their unrealized dreams and vulnerable beginnings to the world until they have taken solid form. Just as a homeowner would not let every stranger into their most private sanctuary, a person should not open the doors of their soul to everyone, for most have not earned the key. And unfortunately, the vast majority of people one encounters will never deserve this priceless key. The renowned Roman emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wisely stated, "The quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your mind." However, it is equally important to consider what one says. What is the fate of words entrusted to others who may be incapable of keeping them secret? Whenever an individual carelessly reveals their inner life, they inadvertently devalue something precious and sacred. For adherents of the Stoic way of life, nothing is more inviolable than one's own inner world. Therefore, it is asserted that there are 5 fundamental truths one should never share. This private knowledge is not for friends or acquaintances. Sometimes, even close family members should not be privy to it. The more powerful a person becomes, the more reserved and silent they ought to be. The first of these unspoken truths is one's deepest personal pain. Society often urges, talk about it. While healing can indeed require expression, there is a fundamental difference between therapeutic release and performative display. The agony that shaped you, that broke you and burned away your innocence, is not meant for casual conversation. Not everyone who surrounds you deserves the privilege of witnessing your inner rebirth. Some will only see the external scars left by your trials and hastily deem you weak. They will not comprehend the fire you walked through. They will only see the limp it may have left behind. The moment you tell someone what broke your spirit, they can either handle that information like fragile glass or, more likely, shatter it against a wall when you least expect it. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Similarly, do not explain your pain, transform it. Let your actions speak of your resilience. Let your silence proclaim your strength. If someone truly understands you, they will notice the subtle weight in your voice, and no further explanation will be needed. Another aspect to be kept secret is the true scope of your personal ambitions and goals. The world, unfortunately, is filled with so-called energy vampires. These are the people who, while feigning goodwill, secretly hope for your failure or whose own insecurity prevents them from watching another's ascent without a sense of hidden envy. The moment you voice a bold vision, it is subjected to judgment, doubt, and dispute before it has a chance to grow. The great thinker Seneca wisely cautioned, a wise man is cautious in his speech, but prompt in his action. Your goals are like precious seeds. They must be planted deep, away from prying eyes. Water them in silence and cultivate them with unwavering discipline. Share them only when their roots have grown strong enough to withstand the winds of others' opinions and criticisms. For a premature announcement gives the world unspoken permission to attack what has not yet even begun. Let others witness the results, not just the preliminary intentions. Let their question be, how did you do it? Rather than a skeptical, do you really think you can achieve that? The next important truth to be held in the strictest confidence concerns the details of your personal income, accumulated wealth, or any other financial matters. Do you want to truly understand how people feel about you? Then watch their behavior closely in moments of your success. Notice how a subtle discomfort hides behind their compliments and how quickly a seemingly sincere celebration gives way to a guarded silence. Money has a unique way of revealing human nature. It doesn't change people. It merely amplifies what was already hidden deep within their souls. The moment you share information about your earnings, financial well-being, or recent acquisitions, one of two things inevitably happens. You either become a target for envy and manipulation, or an involuntary benchmark against which others measure themselves. In either scenario, you are at a disadvantage, as you cease to be seen as an individual and are instead judged solely on your status and material possessions. Your personal life is thus exchanged for the ephemeral approval of others. But for what? True wealth prefers silence. It moves quietly, in complete privacy. It is multiplied in the shadows, far from prying eyes. Stoic philosophy advises against flaunting good fortune as it is inherently transient. Everything you earn, save, and invest is your private affair, not a topic for news feeds, gossip circles, or dinner table conversations. Let others think you are ordinary. Let them underestimate you. This is the strongest and safest position you can be in. The fourth aspect that many sages believe should not be flaunted is one's own charity or acts of kindness. True generosity is found in silent service, without fanfare or public announcements. To help another without advertising your actions, to give without expecting applause, this is where its genuine value lies. For the moment you speak of your magnanimity, it transforms from an act of virtue into a means of seeking external validation. As Marcus Aurelius aptly noted, when you do good to others, do not remind them of it. The reason is simple and profound. Virtue is its own reward. If you need to tell the world about your kindness, it means your actions are driven not by pure altruism, but by a desire to be noticed. There is something truly powerful in being the one who helps without noise, who gives without demanding recognition, and who supports others while remaining unseen. Herein lies genuine strength and true humility, a power that does not fade when external circumstances no longer shine a light on it. The fifth principle, perhaps the most challenging to uphold, is to never fully reveal your future moves. This is not about being secretive, but about protecting the sacred space where the inner impulse to act is born. The moment you publicly announce your future plans, you expose yourself to a dual danger, the influence of external noise and mounting internal pressure. Suddenly, you start performing for an audience, become accountable to people whose opinions don't matter, and worse, feel constantly watched. It is far wiser to keep your inner momentum private, allowing your progress to speak for itself through results rather than empty promises. Let your silence create intrigue and let its absence spark curiosity. When others cannot predict your actions, they cannot prepare for them. This unpredictability, fueled by a clear purpose, is a source of true power. Perhaps some wonder if this is a call for complete isolation, a rejection of openness, trust, and shared thoughts. Not at all. On the contrary, it is a call to cultivate selectivity, deep awareness, and strict discipline in your actions and interactions. Stoicism does not demand emotional detachment or coldness. Rather, it insists on the need to achieve crystal clarity about what you aim to create, the true value of things, and which aspects of your inner world require protection from external influences. In this paradigm, your silence is not a sign of emptiness, but a tool for self-preservation. Your restraint is not a mark of fear, but a testament to profound wisdom. There is nothing truly impressive in excessive openness, nor is there anything noble in unbridled emotional disclosure without limits. True freedom is not the compulsive need to be understood by everyone. True freedom is the ability to walk through life with a peaceful mind, a clear personal plan, and an unshakable inner world, knowing that not everyone is worthy of your truth. Guard your suffering as sacred, keep your ambitions secret, maintain financial confidentiality, practice kindness anonymously, and plan your next moves in the shadows. In other words, speak significantly less, act far more, think more deeply, and move through life in silence, like one who already sees the final outcome of their efforts.